Yes, all of us here should listen to Dr. Yaacob Ibrahim. We don't play with our votes. Vote the Workers' Party. Vote for a first world parliament. Vote for a first world parliament where there can be check and balances. There can be voices for you, so that there will be fewer mistakes made in parliament by them. Now next, the PAP tries to frighten you by telling you that it's really going to be damaging for Singapore if some freak results happen. If all of you vote for the opposition and then they are out of government. Now, I'd like to ask another question. What will happen if on the 7th of May, you're also afraid of the freak result and then you vote for them and there is no more opposition members, no more elected opposition member in parliament after the 7th of May? Now, what do you think will happen to Singapore? I think we should be very, very frightened. We should be very frightened of the situation where we move back to a situation where we have zero elected member of parliament and they have a total monopoly. Very good. That will not happen. Thank you. You remember that in 2006, Singaporeans gave a very strong mandate to them. So strong that they are so confident that they raised the GST from 5 to 7% right after that. So if you let yourselves be frightened, then they get a very much stronger mandate. What do you think will happen? There will be so many other policies that they can change without asking you. Fellow Singaporeans, your vote is secret and your vote is your right. This is a democratic country. You have a right to vote anybody that you wish. You do not have to be frightened of anything. Now, okay, the PAP is afraid. They are afraid that they will lose their absolute grip on power. They tell you that they are the only smart people who can run this country. They tell you that the investors will all run away if you give us your votes and you have more opposition in the parliament. But I say to you, stand up, Singapore. Stand up for the Workers' Party. Majulah, Singapore. You don't have to be frightened. Okay, as an entrepreneur and businessman for the last 11 years, I know that monopoly is bad. It is bad for the consumers. Remember those days when your telephone bills were very high because there's only Singapore Telecoms? Then we had competition and the handphone costs and your bills came down. Competition will force companies to be more innovative. If you have a monopoly, the company can charge high prices, pay themselves very well, and be very comfortable. So they don't have to be very innovative because you have no choice but to accept only them. Now the government knows that monopoly in business is bad. So they pass a competition or antitrust law to prevent monopolies from taking place. But when it comes to politics, they say no, they must have everything. They must have monopoly of the parliament. Okay. It is really up to you on May the 7th to really prevent this monopoly, to show them that yes, we can be on our way to a first world parliament. Now I'd like to round up by quoting from a very famous person, from President Barack Obama. He said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek." The general elections comes once every 5 years. At the last general elections, we had very strong crowd support, just like tonight. But when the ballots were counted, it is 82-2. I want all of you to think, are you able to live with whatever decision you are making on the 7th of May for the next 5 years? We have the newspaper, everybody can see, they reported that this is the strongest opposition slate ever in Singapore since independence. You have the golden opportunity right now. You have the golden opportunity to make that change. It is a time for us to change and move to a first world parliament. Vote Workers' Party!